see this properly? If not, I'd like to apologize in advance. Excuse my background noise. Like I said, very shitty plumbing. Also, this is what you would like to do. And a lot of people, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off the tripod. A lot of people have like the thumbtacks on the board, correct? And basically, when you're doing your bump or trying to prepare or prep the spot, they just pretty much dump them on there, and pretty much they do it right by like scattering them out, but they're not doing. This is a small thing, and this small little fix can help your show be even greater. When you turn them right side up and they're all facing flat, I'm talking literally all of them. And don't just dump them on there, because if you dump them on there, you're only going to get like a few. You know what I mean? So what you want to do is, oh my God, excuse me, I got barbed wire in my elbow. So if you're going to use the real weapons, real hardcore, real deathmatch stuff, and you can't bend the tips. You've got to learn how to take the impact of, the real thing. So what you would do is turn all of these facing upward. Okay. And, because you see this a lot, like when the cameras zoom in, even like on the TV shows, when they're showing, the hardcore matches, some of the tacks will be flat, some will be impaled inside the board, sometimes they get the barbed wire board and they just dump them on there and they don't really care afterwards, as long as, the spot or whatever. But mainly, I think they're probably doing it just to be safe. But like, if you want to learn how to endure, some real punishment, make your matches a lot longer and still, come out, on top or whatever, however it goes, depends on who you're working, because a lot of people, even if they're, know the ropes and know how to work, they're not going to want to do this particular spot. And, that's understandable though, you know what I'm saying? But I really don't give a shit. And this is just for fun. And yeah. Also, whenever you're doing this, make sure that they don't, go off and start falling and then start backwards inside out. And it's hard to dig it out of your, I'm gonna just get some more. It's hard to dig it out of whatever kind of makeshift board that you're gonna be using, for your show. So if you're gonna do like a thumbtack spot, rather that be, mine's personally, and a lot of people are gonna call this nuts, but like, the real vets know, my favorite is the head stomp. You know what I mean? It pops the crowd, stings a little bit, but that's the easiest to pull out because, you can take a power bomb and excite people. That's cool, holy shit, and, get them. But the thing is, you're going to have to find somebody to help them pick them out of your back. And, goddamn, that's going to take too long. But anyways, yeah, always like this. And like I said, my preference has always been the head stomp. My older brother, and I hope we get to do a match soon. That's really who I want to do my first comeback match with, even though I've been practicing with my friend. But like I said, honestly, me and Courtney are super tired of wrestling with each other. But honestly, I'd rather have it no other way because, this is the only person I can trust, what I'm saying, with my body and, vice versa. But yeah, just make sure they're not like that and make sure that they're not, falling off and all that other shit. But yeah, just a little quick little head stomp. And it's a certain way you should lean your head before, taking the stomp. Like, not resting all the way on the tacks, but I guess like slightly barely, because if they barely hit you with a stomp in the back of the head, they're going to stick. You know what I mean? So the stomp, like from the opponent, when, give them the cue, hey, such and such, go ahead and, the stomp from the opponent shouldn't be, a shoot. You know what I mean? It should just be a work stomp, or you get me? But long story short, if you're going to do like all the high spots and everything, just make sure that everything's facing right side up, because if you have your barbed wire leaning off, you want it facing up. And if a lot of deathmatch hardcore guys, we like shirts. We don't give a fuck. Fat, slim, skinny, ripped, jacked. It doesn't matter. We all love shirts, and it is what it is. Also, when I come back, I'm going to show you guys some ring gear for the Brotherhood. But what I was talking about is you want all of these to be, you know what I mean? So you don't have to blade when you get it out of your bag. You know what I mean? It leaves the, the little gash, little cut or whatever, like, hey, choke slam me, boom. And then when the camera zooms in, you don't have to cut angles and, hey, I got a blade, da, da, da. Hey, Ricky, cut my back, da, 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 da. No, just, have him pick it out of your shirt because it's going to grab your shirt. And then the next time you watch a hardcore wrestling match, any kind of death match rules, make sure, like, when you're seeing it, there, it's going to have like a tug and pull from the shirt or the pants, or you know how it is. But yeah, it is what it is. There's too many people, like if you get on TV, they got like the wasn't gonna say like the hardcore weapons, but like they take the barbed wire and they just, they either make it bend it or either, they put rubber, and you don't want to do that shit, man. You want the real stuff, and it's too many people trying to fake it, and it is what it is. And hold on just a second. So I got another, I leave one free, you know what I mean? Just in case, like, what I'm saying? If you got somebody know how to work a real good match, what you can do is like take this and, kayfabe, put your knee in his back, pull it. But what you want to do is when you're pulling him in for the Southern massage, and then, what I'm saying? He's working, he's a rookie, he's not one of us. Put your thumb over this part and still pull, that, I guess it's not, what is it? No, not rear naked choke, but like the barbed wire over the forehead. You got his hands screaming for mercy. You got your hands tied behind his, even though, what I'm saying, but have your partner, like, sell the injury, sell the scar, talk about it and stuff, and have him yell. If you know the ropes, But if they can't separate, real life from performance art, then they don't need to be in the fucking ring. You know what I mean? But make sure that your partner knows what they're doing. Make sure that they've done this style of wrestling. Make sure that y'all are both safe. It's a lot of people who do this style that are actually a lot safer than a lot of cats on TV. They're not going to tell you that, but hey, it's the truth. Also, like I said, I hope you do get to see. I'm gonna have to tag you. I posted, bro, and I'm gonna have to make it go live. I got to restock on the the fluorescent light tubes. The bad news about this is they don't make them like they did when we were in fucking middle school and high school. You see this one over here? They don't have the short stubby ones no more. So I have to get like, I got to get the Jenny Craig, Ricky Lake ones. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get some more, you know what I mean? And I'm kind of glad they did send me this because I really just purchased like 2 packs and they ended up sending me a bundle. So I'm gonna go in there later today and probably, get some rat traps or, you know what I mean? Probably get some more thumbtacks or something. And I think I have another row of barbed wire on the way here, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, I'm probably gonna come back to this one, bro. It's getting hot as hell up in here. But anyways, yeah, I just want you to share this with your newbies and stuff. And if it doesn't work out, bro, I'll still be here and I'll practice with you again whenever you get time. And I guess I'll talk to you whenever I come back, bro. I hope everybody's having a good day. And hang on, Bulma. I guess that's it, ninjas. I hope y'all have a great day. Peace. And I think this is how you cut it off. God, I'm a rookie. Okay, there we go. Love y'all, man.